Hello there everybody, you're the audience, my name is Supersonic Blur, and welcome back to the next episode of Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time, well, we questioned Parrot, and yeah, turns out this trial is a little bit more interesting than we thought. Someone else is pinning the blame on Maya, and that person seems to be Greyearl. Their character has been called into question, they have been called forth to testify, so now we get to see just how this is gonna go. So, it's gotta be that, young butler? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I couldn't quite believe it at first either. But the evidence and circumstances all point to the butler. He or she or they has to be the witch. At least, it'll be certain if the magic gem turns out to be a fake. But if that's the case, then Belduke's murderer was also... Yeah, it would also be Greyearl. No, it can't be true. He wouldn't have done that. Isabella? I know, Jean. He held Sir Belduke in the greatest of respect. Jean didn't kill him. I'm sure of it. Greyearl, are you really what people think you are? There is still so many unknown factors in this trial. Luke. Hello, Luke. It's Luke. I'm sorry, Maya. What I did was unforgivable. Huh? What are you saying, Luke? All you did was testify about what you saw. But I should have trusted you. Well, you trust us now, right? Anyway, Luke, it was thanks to you that we were able to discover new information. Thanks to me? Sure, you got Cracker to testify. That was a great idea. I wish I could talk to animals. Don't you too, Isabella? Oh, yes. I'd love to have a chat with Eve. So, Luke, will you teach us how to do it? Pretty please? Yeah, of course. I can try. Yay! That's a promise, all right. Mr. Wright? Huh? What is it, Luke? Do you mind if I join you from now on? Not at all, Luke. I realised during the trial, in this strange town, even what you see with your own eyes may not be real. That's why I'm not giving up yet. Professor, I know he'll return. We can't give up hope. You know, that's what I've been thinking too. Really? I have a feeling he'll reappear again when we get in trouble and help us out. Because, I mean, it's the professor we're talking about here. Right. And remember what he always says. Look forward to the future. Always look on the bright side. I don't think that was the professor who said that. Defender, accused! The intermission's over. Return to the courtroom. Well, let's go. It's time to bring this trial to a close. Ha! We still have like an hour and a half of trial to go. I have something for you, Mr. Wright. Here, please take it. Maybe it'll come in handy in the trial. It's a random piece of new evidence for you. Have fun! A letter, huh? Let's see who it's from. Wait, Newton Belduke? There's several sheets of parchment inside, but they're all blank. The professor and I got this when we went to see the storyteller. Thank you, Luke. The more information we have, the better. What does this actually mean? I have no fucking idea! You're welcome! Well, yes, evidence is evidence. We've got no proof that it was Greyearl who turned the professor into gold. Even if the magic gem is a fake, it's still not decisive evidence. I don't know what will happen next, but I do know this battle is far from over. We will now resume the trial of Miss Maya Fey. First things first, the occult crime analysts have finished examining the evidence. They have tested the 2 magic gems from the witch's scepter. Right? Goldor floated on the surface of the water, whereas Formalia sank. It was said that genuine magic gems floated in pure water, wasn't it? Thus, it has been established that the Formalia gem is a fake. Order! Order! Order in the court! This does not prove that Goldor was used, of course. Nonetheless, the defense's theory does now seem more plausible. The court considers it worth looking into. You have no objections to that, do you, Inquisitor Barnum? No, my lord. Well, well. Looks like our theory does sink after, doesn't sink after all. Now then, bring in the witness. Witness, state your name and profession. My name is Jean Greyearl. I served the late Master Belduke. Since his death, I have been tending to his dwellings and putting his research materials in order. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something a bit different about Greyearl today. Witness, there is something we need to clarify first of all. As you are no doubt aware, you have been accused of being a witch. Therefore, it is vital that you tell us, are you a boy or a girl? Please hold on. Why? What is it? Excuse my rudeness, my lord, but at this time, I do not intend to answer that question. Why do you refuse to answer, witness? I had been following this trial from the gallery, and so I am fully aware of the utterly absurd accusations made against me. Alchemy, the art pursued by Master Belduke, is considered with the rules of logic, and that is concerned with the rules of logic and governed nature. As someone who had been helping Master Belduke for quite some time, I dare say your theory is both illogical and impossible. Objection! The witch's scepter was thrown into the crime scene through a portal created by the magical spell Goldor. That portal could only have been opened from your room. And what's more, one of the walls in your room is painted green. I believe anyone is free to paint their walls in whichever colors they please. Besides, your theory relies on one magic gem being a fake. While that may have been proven true, another question has arisen. Where could the genuine magic gem be? It must have been swapped with the fake one and discarded somewhere. I'm afraid that's impossible. Why's that? If we assume, as you have claimed, that the witch's spell used Goldor, that would mean that the magic gem must have been swapped after creating the portal. So tell me, when and where would the witch have disposed of the magic gem? I see your point. Several people paid witness to the incident, and the Knights of the Inquisition arrived at the scene immediately after. During that time, no one left the building, and the whole place was meticulously searched. Naturally, my room was searched as well, although there was not much to see, as I have few personal belongings. Despite our inspection, nothing resembling a magic gem was found. I assure you, we have not overlooked anything. I would swear it on my honor as a knight. So, Mr. Wright, if you wish to accuse me of being a witch, should you not first prove that there is a connection between me and this missing magical gem? Furthermore, I would appreciate it if you could please approach the matter in a rational way, like an alchemist. The house was searched soon after the crime. If the gem wasn't found then, it means that Greyearl hid it somewhere. Some of the knights of the Inquisition would not have looked. Where could it be? The witness has made a valid argument. How will the defense respond? The knights who searched Sir Belduke's premises weren't looking for a magic gem. That's why there is a certain place that they didn't consider searching. Interesting. You really don't give up easily, do you? In that case, perhaps you could tell us all where this magic gem is. Well, it's not in the study, and it's not in Greyearl's room. They're the two places that were searched. The only place that they wouldn't have searched is in Greyearl's possession. Sir Belduke's premises were thoroughly searched, and I don't think anything would have been missed there. You anticipated that, and that's why you hid it in a blind spot that you knew wouldn't occur to the knights. A blind spot, you say? Well, where is it? Well, it's somewhere on Jean Greyearl's person. What? It's on the witness? Yeah, it's definitely on the witness. They totally couldn't have gotten rid of it later on afterwards. Don't tell me the witness had it in their pocket. You're just guessing, aren't you? You think you can just say anything you like? By the way, I'm afraid that there are no pockets in my clothing. This is the second time I've seen Jean Greyearl today, and both times I've had a feeling that something wasn't quite right. Maybe it's just me, but it could be related to the whereabouts of the magic gem. Defense, show us the location of the magic gem. Where do you think this witness hid the magic gem on the day of the crime? Well, the only place it could be is on their neck cravat. Well, I'm pretty sure that's a cravat. I'm not sure if that's an like a cravat or not, because when you do ties, you don't usually have it where the last piece sits over. You can have ties where the last bit sits over. It is I think it's a backwards style tie, so it could be that. But this looks much more like a cravat or an ascot, so it's got to be there. Oh, no! Don't use a hint coin. Got it. Witness. We met for the first time at Sir Belduke's premises. And at that time, you had an amethyst attached to your collar. It was like a brooch, I think is what they're called. Oh, that's right. Mr. Greyearl always wears that gemstone. Alchemists believe that amethysts emit positive energy. Amethysts are purple. But when I saw you in the waiting room this morning, the gemstone you were wearing was green, not purple. So, my question now is, where has it gone? Where is that amethyst that you supposedly always wear? Objection. Wait just a minute. The witness wears a purple gemstone? Is something amiss, Inquisitor Barnum? When we arrived at the crime scene, the witness came out to meet us. I recall the witness wearing a gemstone, but that gemstone was green. Green? Amethysts aren't green, although amateurs sometimes mistake parasolite for amethyst, but that's irrelevant now. Witness, you've been trying to pin the blame on the defendant. In order to do that, you replaced the Godor magic gem with a regular gemstone. We thought the witch who killed Sir Belduke had used the spell for Malia. You knew that if a witch's scepter, with the Familia and Goldor magic gems attached, was discovered at the crime scene, the suspect would be accused of committing both crimes, and that's precisely what happened. The girl captured at the crime scene was accused of slaying both Sir Belduke and Sir Layton. That was your plan. You removed the Goldor magic gemstone from the scepter and inserted your amethyst in its place. And then, you attached the Goldor gem to your collar! That's why, when we saw you shortly after the incident, you were wearing a green gemstone. To think that it was in fact a magic gem!
Order! Order! Witness, is that true?
Is that true?
This amounts to nothing more than conjecture. I do not believe you have any solid proof. However, I have to concede that you have surmised a logical connection between me and the missing magic gem.
Indeed you have. I love Greyearl's character. I really love this character.
I am prepared to answer your questions.
But there's a bit on it that I'm not. It's a bit...
I will repeat what I asked you previously. Witness, state your name, profession, and finally, your gender.
Yeah, we're still in that territory.
Jean Greyearl. I have been serving the late Master Belduke. As you can see, I wear a butler's outfit, but the truth is, as the defense claims, I am a girl.
Watch this. Boosh! Suddenly large amounts of hair, because that's the only way to indicate someone is female. I definitely don't know, definitely don't know why, that might, be a thing. I know I don't have long hair yet, but it's, I'm getting there. But yeah.
What? The butler is a girl?
That technically makes them a maid. Order! Order! Order in the court! Jean Greyearl, are you declaring to this court that you are, in fact, female? Yes. But everyone in town was under the impression that you are a boy. Not gonna go there. Just not gonna go there about that whole thing. Non-binary people exist. We do. Hi. Eh? Did you hear that? The butler's a girl. Doesn't that make him or her a maid? I knew there was something suspicious about him. I mean her. For fuck's sake. You know why, right? Think about it. All that alchemy. It's mighty suspicious. Just listen to them. Listen to the wild gossip and accusations. Alchemists pursue knowledge of the rules that govern nature. But to the townspeople, alchemy is no different to magic. Had they known I was a girl, they would have taken me for a witch. That's why Master Belduke was worried about, and he told me it would be safer to pretend to be a boy. In other words, you disclose that you're a female, but you deny that you're a witch. I would have thought that was obvious. She knew that once her gender came into question, they wouldn't be able to conceal it. Also, I'm gonna call them they, because, as far as I'm concerned, they is gender neutral, and whether or not Jean wishes to be known as female or male, I don't know. That's why they made this public now. It was the most rational choice for them. Inquisitor Barnum, may I ask you one question? Has all the evidence in this Golden Gentleman case already been presented? Why do you ask? As it stands, you do not have a single piece of evidence proving that I am a witch. Given the lack of pertinent evidence against me, I would like to be permitted to return to my duties. What do you say? What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? It has been proven that the two gems were swapped. However, it may also be possible for the accused to have done so.
Objection!
Maya had no reason to swap the gems! This is a place of judgment. There is no need for us to understand the reasons behind a criminal's actions. Okay. Huh? After all, those whom we judge are otherworldly creatures. They are witches. It is impossible for a human being to understand the reasoning of a witch. Is there nothing we can do? At this rate, Maya will be... Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright! Barnum still thinks Maya is a witch. We've made it this far, and yet it feels like we're back at stage 1. It seems there are no more rational arguments against me. Now, if you will kindly excuse me... I don't have much to go on when it comes to the Professor's case with Greyearl. But should I just let her go? No. In which case then, if we can't ask on this one, let's ask on another one. Well, if there's nothing else that I can follow up on regarding the Professor's case, what can I do? There's only one other option. Miss Greyearl, I have to ask you to remain at the witness stand. Is there something else you wish to ask of me? Your testimony is not over yet. There is still something you need to tell us about. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I cannot help you. I have told you all I could about this incident. And I'm afraid you've got the wrong idea, Miss Greyearl. Your Honor, what this witness needs to testify about is not the Professor's unfortunate incident, but rather the incident from 3 months ago, namely Sir Belduke's death. As she was present in the building at the time, working as a live-in butler, they need to testify about the events of that day. About Sir Belduke's death? The fact that one of the magic gems was swapped leads me to a single conclusion. Both crimes, the murder of Sir Belduke and the transmutation of the Professor, were the work of the same witch. The truth behind the alchemist's death may also hold the answers to this case. What is your opinion on this, Inquisitor Barnum? I'll allow you to have your way this time, Sir Blue Knight. The Inquisition has no objections. Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum, it seems you have lost that unyielding attitude so admired by the townspeople. Here you are now, letting a novice defender lead you by the nose. It is hard to believe that you have been known as the unwavering sword of justice for your usually cool-headed judgment. You know little about me, witness. Do you think I care about defending my name? It is this town that I wish to defend. Love Barnum. Fucking genuinely best fucking prosecutor in the series. I don't give a fuck about Godot. I don't give a fuck about fucking Edgeworth or Von Karma or the other Von Karma or fucking Prosecutor Gavin. I don't care about any of them. The only other person who you might be able to make the argument for is maybe Blackwell, but fucking best up there. Sir Belduke's murder is the only case to have remained unsolved for so long. Jean Greyearl, you shall now testify about it. Yes. I just love Barnum. They're so good. I'll be chanting his name in a minute at this rate. As demanded by both the defense and Inquisition, the witness will testify about Sir Belduke's death. Any questions? No, my lord. I must, however, mention one more thing before we begin. If it cannot be proven that Jean Greyearl is a witch, as claimed by the defense, the court will irrevocably consider Maya Fey to be the witch responsible for both crimes. Is that understood? You have no choice, Sir Blue Knight. If you do not want the trial to end right now, ready your sword and face the challenge that awaits. But the opponent is a real witch. It's a gamble that puts Maya's life at stake.
Nick?
Maya?
No witch is gonna outwit you in court. You're an ace attorney after all.
Roll credits!
So, let's do it.
Maya right here in the court? And you in the cage? I mean, I know you wanted to experiment, but Nick! The defense accepts the conditions. Let's proceed with the trial. Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin. We shall start with a brief summary of the incident. About 3 months ago, in the dead of night, Sir Belduke, the alchemist, was murdered. The crime took place in his study, just as with this incident. The room had been locked from the inside. The victim was found still seated in the chair at his desk, so we can assume he was attacked while working. There were very clear strangulation marks visible on his neck. Oh, there's something trickling down from his mouth. Is that blood? Yes, most likely. The victim probably bit his tongue as he was struggling with his assailant. And you said earlier that some white powder was spilled all over the floor, correct? Yes, hence we expected to find the killer's footprints. However, there were none. The killer must have somehow approached the victim without stepping on the floor. After murdering Sir Belduke, the killer left the room without opening the door, nor touching the floor. Undoubtedly, the crime must have been committed with the use of witchcraft. The body was discovered the following morning by the butler, Miss Greyearl. The body was found by Greyearl, huh? Thank you, Inquisitor Barnum. The court's illustrator's sketches will be added to the evidence. Oh, thank you. Now, witness, begin your testimony. Tell us about the events spanning the night of the crime, from the evening beforehand until you discovered the body. The night of the crime. At around 1 o'clock at night, I excused myself and left Master Belduke in his study. When I called him for breakfast in the morning, he did not respond. The door to his study was locked. A neighbour had come for a visit just then, so we forced the door open together. And all the potions and other concoctions from the study had been confiscated. I wonder if they're being properly stored. Potions and concoctions were confiscated? The victim was an alchemist after all. We were hoping the items confiscated in his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person with access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darklaw. It has caused me great difficulty, as I have not been able to put Master's research materials in order as a result. The confiscated items shall be returned as soon as Sir Belduke's murder is resolved. I shall be looking forward to that. Defense, you may begin the interrogation. Okay. So let's see what we've got. At around 1 o'clock at night, I excused myself and left Master Belduke in his study. Okay, does that mean anything? I guess we can ask what they were doing at the very least. So you last saw him alive at 1 AM, is that correct? Yes. Master had a habit of conducting his experiments at night, so it is the usual time for me to finish my work. Weren't you helping him with those experiments? He would sometimes have some errands for me, but alchemists generally keep their experiments a secret. That is why I would always excuse myself at this time, unless Master had some other tasks for me. And that night there was no more work for you? That's correct. I wished Master a good night as I shut the door behind me, and then I heard him lock the key. There was nothing unusual about him, at least nothing I noticed. When I called him for breakfast in the morning, he did not respond. The door to his study was locked. Okay. A neighbor had come for a visit just then, so we were forced to open the door together. Okay. Who was the neighbor? Wait, you mean you broke the door? The only key to that room was in Sir Belduke's pocket. The only way to enter the study was to break the door open. And you managed that with the help of a neighbor who came to visit? Yes. It wasn't a social visit, mind. He came as a patient. A patient? Could you tell me more about him?
Objection.
The victim's neighbor is irrelevant. He has nothing to do with this case. I think you're pushing it this time. A witness is hardly irrelevant. What's got him so shaken? He looks as if he's just had a rush of blood to the head. Master Belduke had been making a very impotent medicines, among other things. We would get people coming from the town at all hours of the day or night asking for them. And yet, in return for all the help Master offered, people would gossip about him, dabbling in witchcraft. I do apologize for the yawning. I've been recently going to the gym and it's knocked me for 6, but gotta keep it going. So, you broke the door together with a neighbor? Yes. When I explained the situation to him, he brought over an axe. Then he proceeded to attack the door with great force, smashing it into splinters. I see. By the way, about that neighbor. Who was that? Oh, yeah.
Time for Emir's grand entrance. Did you miss me, guys?
Yep. I think now we know why Barnum didn't want him.
Order! Could it be that it was you who... Where are you looking, old man? I'm right here.
Also,
As to who I am, I'm the alchemist's neighbour and a witness in that case too.
Emir is in all fucking 3 cases. I love it. Passion for justice seething within. Emir, as always, is always the crime scene.
Objection!
It's you again. You're the guy from earlier, right?
Yep, that's me. Emir's the name. How you been, Bluey?
Are you really the alchemist's neighbor? Seriously?
I know, right? Freaky coincidence, eh? But yeah, his house is next to mine.
Ridiculed earlier, Emir returns, drinking like a king. He never ever learns. That's why I tried to stop you from asking about the neighbor.
Huh? What's so cold, Inquisitor Barnum?
Unable to hold his steady, cold gaze, Emir drinks fast as if in a daze. And the musician standing next to you is...
Oh yeah, oh, that's my private bar, Bradley. A right musical genius.
Hold on! Who dearie me?
Oh, dearie me.
Well, no use shutting the stable door after the horse has bolted. Let's us move on. Witness, since you're already here, you may as well add your testimony. Testify about what you witnessed on the morning after the crime.
Yeah, you can count on me. It dawned on me then, the witch cast Familiar, just like in this case.
Emir.
Objection!
There's something you don't seem to understand here, Mr. Emir. The Familiar gem in this witch's scepter is a fake. The gem is useless. Just like this buffoon's testimony. Therefore, your testimony doesn't hold water. Just like anything else he says. Pish.
What?
Ignored and scorned without credibility, will majestic Emir now show humility?
Fake!
You should have listened to the trial more carefully. This idiot man. Now that has been dealt with, Inquisitor Barnum, this witch's scepter was not discovered at the crime scene when Sir Belduke was murdered, is that correct? Indeed, we deduced that Familiar must have been used, however. But that Familiar magic gem was a fake. That much has been demonstrated today. What's more, as we've learned from Cracker the Parrot's testimony, the witch used the spell Godor. The fact that there's a green wall at the crime scene corroborates that.
Objection!
That wall may not well have been painted green 3 months ago. And besides, no one could have passed through a portal so small. To be honest, I'm started wondering, were Sir Layton and Sir Belduke's murders actually committed by the same witch?
Objection!
Your Honor, I'd like to remind you that it was the Inquisition. That was the Inquisition's claim. He's right, though. It's got to be the same culprit in both cases. And, at the very least, it's possible that the witch used the spell Godor to commit Sir Belduke's murder. What? In that case, I will ask the defense to show us proof. Do you have proof that the witch could have used Godor to kill Sir Belduke? As a matter of fact, Your Honor, I do. Let's have a look at some of these crime scene sketches. Look right there. Do you see what I see? Ooh, it's a little patch of green right there in one of these.
Take that!
I'd like you to take a look at these. Aren't those the court illustrator's sketches? As you can see from this sketch, the victim was seated at his desk when he was murdered. And what can you see right behind the victim? A small landscaped painting. Thank you, Inquisitor, but there's one more point of note. Look closely at the painting. Did you notice anything behind it? Oh, I see it. The wall behind it has already been painted green. Which means the witch could have used the portal spell there 3 months ago.
Objection!
One moment, my lord. Consider how small that portal would have been. Could you witch have passed through it? I think not.
Objection!
Of course, the witch would not be able to go right through it. However, if you look at the distance between the portal and the victim, you'll notice that the victim, Sir Belduke, was sitting at an arm's length from where the portal would have been. The witch did not have to enter the room at all. All she had to do was reach through with her arms in order to strangle Sir Belduke, who was sitting right under the painting. Order! Inquisitor Barnum, what say you to that? A fascinating theory, Sir Blue Knight. But there is a notable contradiction within it. And where would that be? Tell me, why do you think we concluded that Formalia had to have been used? We had a certain reason for it, of course. And what was that reason exactly? The crime scene had been tampered with. How so? Imagine the circumstances of Sir Belduke's death, and it should become obvious even to you. The victim was choked to death. And yet there were no signs of a struggle. Highly improbable, don't you think? What are you getting at? Think about it. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly there should have been evidence of a struggle. And since we haven't found any, that must mean that the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene. Indeed, that would be the logical conclusion. Now, surely it would be impossible to do any such thing had the witch only reached inside through a portal. In order to cover up the evidence she left behind, the witch had to have used Familia. Without doing so, there would have been no point in her using the spell Godor. Miss Greyearl could have done it. She might have been able to tamper with the crime scene. What are you talking about? The morning of the crime. From the time Miss Greyearl and that guy entered the study, until the arrival of the Knights of the Inquisition, there was a window of time in which she had the opportunity to do so. We need to look into what happened in that window! It seems we may be in need of another testimony. Witness, you will testify about what happened in the time between the body being found and the Knights of the Inquisition arriving. Sure thing! Ask me anything! I'll tell you what you need to know. Oh, glorious Ymir, tell us more. Maybe you won't be laughed at as before. Only 2 people accessed the crime scene in that time, Greyearl and Ymir. Believe it or not, Ymir is the key witness in this case. Yes, they are. However, what exactly Ymir has to say, we'll have to find out next time, because for now, we're going to go ahead and end things off here. If you have enjoyed this episode, then do be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more, and to share the stuff so people know it exists. My name has been Supersonic Blur. You guys have been a fantastic audience, and I shall see you all next time.